if you don't know what steps to do your makeup in, this is a perfect video for you. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So we're still gonna move on with the fall trend. I think I'm gonna incorporate like this color green I got going on with some like grungy colors. I don't know, we'll see. Like always, hopefully this look comes out the way I expected. Today I'm going to use the e.l.f. primer. This is the e.l.f. Power Grip. Everybody's already been using this. So I just realized, like, I'm telling you guys what I'm using, but I'm not telling you guys why I'm using it, right? So I have to imagine that you guys are just starting out with makeup and don't really know or understand why people use the things that they use. So I start off my face. I start off my face first with moisturizer, right? I start off my face with moisturizer because I want to moisturize the skin. You don't want to start your makeup on dry skin. It's never going to work for you like that. The makeup's going to break up. It's going to just be horrible. So you always want to make sure you wash your face first, then you moisturize. So you moisturize according to your skin type. I have oily skin, which means that I shine through mainly in the T-zone area. A lot of people who are oily have a lot of shine in their T-zone area. I say I have oily combination skin because I'm actually normal in the rest of my face. So I like to use a moisturizer that is water-based because it just makes my skin feel like I'm actually taking in the moisture instead of feeling like the moisturizer is laying on top of my skin. So that's why I use that. And now you want to prime. The primer grips the foundation onto your face. So you want to use a primer before your foundation so that your foundation can actually have something to stick to. And that's going to make your makeup last all day long. So you definitely want to make sure you moisturize and you prime. Now, in the steps I do next, it's up to you. It's up to preference. A lot of people do their face first, or their eyes, and then their face, and then their brows. But I like to do my brows first because my brows take me the longest time, number one. And number two, when I do my eyeshadow first and then do my brows, I don't like how the brows look. Like, I don't like how my brows look. I'm going to use Kosas Brow Pencil and Brow Pop. The color I'm using is black. Conceal my eyebrows with Born This Way shade Butterscotch, and what that does is just shape the eyebrow. Back with the brows done. They're kind of dark right now, but everything will make sense once the makeup is on. So for the eye, I think usually I start my face first because I like to see how the face gets sculpted, and then I kind of get a vibe to go with the eyes. But this time I'm going to do my eyes first because I literally have no idea what I'm gonna do with my eyes. And when I have no idea, I start with my eyes first. Like, if I got a somewhat of an idea, I'll do the face and then I'll go with the eyes because I'm like, boom, easy. Just throw in a brown eyeshadow, whatever, and go with the flow. This time, it's like, I don't know what palette I'm gonna use. First of all, I'm trying to stick to that Morphe palette, like I said. Is this the one? No, this is not even the one. So we're gonna do the 35M again, and maybe I'll probably mix in some colors from the coffee shop from Juvia's Place, but we will see. Yeah, definitely. That's what I'm gonna do. So to prime our lids, and you want to prime your eyes because you want the eyeshadow to stick on, just like how you want to prime your face. You want the foundation to stick on. So priming your eyelids, same thing. You want the colors to stay on. You can use concealer or you can use actual eyeshadow primer. I'm using concealer, and I probably will use primer on top just to get the extra security. Plus, using like eyeshadow primers make the colors more vibrant than concealers, in my opinion. Blend it out with a brush or your beauty blender if you like. Also, when you prime your eyelids, you want to set them. Some people, if you actually use the eyeshadow primer, you can not set them because they're self-setting, but I'm going to set this concealer because concealer moves, and I'm going to just use the one size. Sometimes I like to use a translucent powder, but I cannot, oh yeah, it's right here. About to get the line. I'm going to just use a translucent powder to set my eyes. Translucent powder is just a clear powder, loose powder. I actually decided to use the eyeshadow primer, and this is what I'm talking about. This is P. Louise, and this is their Acid Rain. This was the collab with MMM Mitchell, and this color is called Blank Canvas. And I'm putting this on. I didn't really use this much, but I'm putting this on because I don't know where the eyeshadow look is going to go. So I just want to make sure I have proper coverage for the colors that I would use. So like I said, I know I want to do like a brown with like this color green added somehow. So I'm going to start off with the coffee shop palette, and I'm going to take this brown right here. It's actually a bit too dark to start with. I'm going to start with this color right here first. And I'm going to put that right where my eyeshadow, not where the crease is, but where this like hollow piece is. I'm just going to take a darker brown, which I showed you guys previously. This one, which is this one, yeah. And I'm just gonna create my halo eye. I'm gonna put this brown in here. Drag it up a little. And then do the same thing to the inside. Put it in here. And drag it up a little. And I'm just gonna repeat the steps until I get the color that I want. I'm gonna take this color from that M35 the 35M palette. I'm just gonna layer this right on top of the other color. Yeah. Now that we got it like that, I'm probably gonna add a little black at the ends, but I'm gonna wait until we do the middle color. Yeah. So I'm gonna wait until we do middle color, which we're gonna do right now. Let's take this green right here instead of the obvious. Let's take this one and a little of that one. It's alright. It's not popping the way I want it. So let's see. Let's just keep moving on with the tutorial and see where it goes. So I'll wet the eyeshadow with some Fix Plus so I could give it that pigment appearance. And that is working out for me the way I want it to. Yeah. That's giving me the look I want. Now I'm gonna add a little black. In the inner corners of the eye. Right here. Oh, maybe I should have put it right here. Right here. Yeah. I'm gonna add liner and lashes and I'll be back for the rest of the steps. Alright, so my eyes are good for now. They actually look horrible to me, but we're gonna keep going with the face. It's since I added the liner, it just like ruined the whole look. But anyway, we're gonna keep going on with the face just to see how it looks at the end, because sometimes you just gotta trust the process. I'm gonna use my NARS Natural Radiant, and I might even put in a little bit of this soft matte just to give it some extra something, because I don't know why. It's a step and a reason. The reason why I go on foundation after eyebrows usually, because I do eyebrows and foundation, is because you want to let the primer set in your face. You can't go in with foundation before, you can't go in with foundation right after you've done primer. It's not gonna last. It's just gonna slide off your face like you didn't put the primer. So you kind of have to give the primer some time to set in your skin. So that's why you want to like do your moisturizer first, then do your eyebrows or do your eyes, and then do your face, because it allows the primer to have time to set. I'm going to spray my Real Technique brush with some Fix Plus spray just to moisten the bristles and moisten my face back. So it kind of like adds us like a rehydrator for the skin. Alright, so next step is going to be concealer, and that's the next step because you want to add balance back into the face. When you use foundation, you take everything away, all the natural shades and tones. And then when you put concealer and contour, you're adding the dimension back into your face. So I just used a medium to full coverage foundation, and now I'm going to use a medium to full coverage concealer. So you want to kind of stick to the same group when you're doing concealer, depending on what kind of look you're going for. Group meaning like coverage wise. If it's going to be a full coverage, you want to use a medium to full coverage, or if it's going to be medium coverage, you want to use light to medium coverage. It depends on you and the look you're going for, but I like to use buildable products, which means it can build from medium to full if I needed to. And then for the way I do my concealer, I go under the eye, right in the inner corner, because that's where it's dark at, and right in the outer corner, because that's where I want to lift my eye at. I also put the concealer down the middle of my nose because we're going to contour my nose. So you only put it down the middle of your nose when you're going to contour, because you want to make that narrow effect. So this is the first start of that. I always put it above my lip because I have a natural shadow there. I put it on my chin because I like for that to pop out. I think it looks really, really cute. And then sometimes I put it here, but I don't like to do too much to my forehead. So just a little bit. And then I let that sit in. I let that sit in because the longer it sits in, the more opaque it gets. So the more thick it gets and the more of a full coverage foundation it gets. I mean concealer. So in the meantime, I move into the contour because that allows me to have the time I need to let it get thicker. So I'm going to use my Fenty Matchstick. And this shade is in Espresso. And I'm just going to contour, which is, for me, I use bronzer to contour. So it's actually bronzing up my face. And I put it in the areas where I want to look more sunken in, where you would put your contour. So right here. Opportunity to contour my nose. That's my next step, and I do that because I still want to prep before I move on to my powders. So this is like a prepping step. Alright, so it should look like this when you're done. Now you move on to blending out your concealer. I use a sponge. Some people use a brush. Depending on how I feel, I would use a brush too. But I can't finish my look with the brush. I don't know why. So I can start off with the brush though. I'm gonna move on to the rest of my face. I'm gonna blend out the rest of my face and I'll be right back with the next step. Alright, I totally forgot to add that after that concealer part, I like to put on my liquid blush. I think I told you guys, because you want to put your liquid blush on before you put your highlighted concealer so that when you do use your highlighter concealer, it won't be so bright, like, and it doesn't look right with your face. So you want to blend those two together. So that's what I have on right now, my liquid blush. And this is just Joy from Rare Beauty. And I like to blend it all the way up under my eye and leave like that little socket open right here. And this preps for when you put your powder blush on later. And if you're doing something quick, you can totally skip this step and just do the powder blush later. So yeah, I'm gonna use my Born This Way. I'm gonna use my Born This Way concealer in the shade Golden Beige to highlight. This is what it looks like. And again, I'm putting the highlighter right in the inner corner of my eyes and a little bit at the tail. And I also like to double up on my nose again. Just a little bit, nothing crazy. Let that sit for a little bit. Not like how long I did the other stuff though. I just get my powders ready in the meantime. So after I blend this out, I'm gonna use C4 from Max Fix powder. I told you guys about this one already. This is what it looks like. Oh. Use Max C4, and then I'm gonna go in with a triangle puff, triangle, whatever it's called. I'm gonna use one of these things, and I'm going to use my Sweet Honey powder from One Size. All right, so try to fix the camera back a little bit. I doubt we were like this, but all right. So I did my under eye powder, like I told you, the One Size powder and my MAC powder, and then also I bronzed my face. So I just set around where I did the cream bronzer. I put, the next step would be to put your powder bronzer on. I did my nose and around my face, and then I set my face with my foundation powder. And I don't know where I put it at, but yeah, right here, my Bare Minerals powder. If you watch my videos and go back, you know why I use this powder, and it's basically just to set the foundation, the liquid. You want to set all the liquids with powder for a full beat. So that's what I did. The next step is blush. So now you want to set the liquid blush with the powder. And I'm going to take a couple of blushes from this MAC palette that I created years ago. So this is Burnt Pepper, this is Peaches. I'm just gonna mix the two and get my own shade. After this step, we're going to just move on to the under eye. I'm gonna finish the under eye up. And then we're gonna dust away this powder. I don't know if my camera's gonna die, so just telling you ahead of time, just in case my camera does die. Alright, so we got our blush on. Let's do our under eye. I might put a little more blush on, you know how I do. Under eye, I'm just gonna clean off this. Never mind, I got a different pencil brush. I'm gonna use this pencil brush, and I'm gonna go in with a dark brown eyeshadow. And I'm just gonna put that underneath. the eye. I'm going to use another eyeshadow primer from P. Louise. This is called Limelight. Dust off the under eye powder with my Jaclyn Hill brightening powder. That's the next step, and I do this because you don't want to just directly dust off the powder under your eye without having like a powder behind it, if that makes sense, just in case there's like a chance for flashback. So you always want to dust your powder off with a powder, like, if that makes sense. And kind of like press it in and dust it away. And my nose is sweating so bad, so I can't touch that area. I'm gonna leave my sweaty nose for last. And I'll be right back with the lips. Alright, so basically we put the powder, we swept off the powder by our nose, and now we're going to do, I don't know if I did under eye with you guys. I think I did. The under eye, we swept off the powder. Next step is near the final step, and that is going to be setting your face. So I'm also going to spray on some of this MAC Fix Plus for extra hydration. So for lips, I wanted to keep it matte. I wanted to keep it sexy and matte, but I forgot that I ordered a new lip gloss and I need to try it. So I'm going to use the Sephora gloss, and the shade is called Nude Attitude. So I just picked this up, so I'm excited to use it. And I'm just going to be taking this Sephora lip stain, and I feel like it's called Nude also. And I'm just going to use this lip liner. This is NYX, and the shade is Downtown Beauty. I might even use this NYX butter gloss. This is the, not butter gloss, this is the soft matte lip cream in the shade London. Like, I really love that color. So I may just layer all of those together. I hope you can see me well because I have no clue. My camera died, so basically I just line my lips with NYX Downtown Beauty NYX, and for my lips I put on London after NYX, and this is from, I use NYX Downtown Beauty. Also after that I put on NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in London, and then after that I put Sephora's lip stain, and I think this is the shade Nude, and then I use Sephora's lip gloss in the shade Nude Attitude, and this is the look. Yeah, so if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.